This new Volvo XC90 has been a long time coming. The original version of this 7-seater SUV was so successful that it remained in production largely unchanged for more than a decade. As a result, this replacement version has got a lot to live up to. So let's get cracking and have a look inside, first of all noting just how handsome it is. Now before I lift these two rear seats up, I just want to show you the boot space, because this is basically as big as an estate car. It's absolutely massive back here. And the other thing worth noting is that usually with these 7-seaters you just pull the seats up from here, but in the Volvo the handles are right at the far edge. So if you've got a mucky bumper, you're going to end up with mucky trousers. However, you can get around it if you bear with me. If you appear around the side here, slide that one forward, and then this is a much easier way of getting it in place. Now of course there's getting in, and again it's really very easy. There's just about enough headroom. I'm 5'11", so if you're a kid you're going to be perfectly happy, and legroom is fine. I wouldn't say I'm cramped, but if I am, I can always ask whoever's in front to share a bit of their space by sliding forwards. Share space. Go on then. I have got quite a bit of it after all. As you can see, legroom's fine, loads of headroom, and although this middle seat's slightly narrower, it's still fine for adults, particularly because this lump in the floor is actually quite small. And final point to note for parents, Isofix mounting points, but only on the outer rear seats. Speaking of child friendly, there is also plenty of space for a baby buggy, even with all 7 seats in place. The XC90 continues to impress when you climb up into these very comfortable seats in the front. But it's the dashboard that's the real star of the show. It looks so cool. There's just actually 8 physical buttons, and everything else sits in this vertical tablet-like display. It doesn't just look like a tablet either, it works like one. Swiping between screens gives you access to your phone, the sat-nav, your music, and the safety functions. Engine options range from 2-litre petrol and diesel to a petrol-electric plug-in hybrid. But I think that this diesel is as good as you need. It's smooth, it's punchy, it's economical. We're getting about 34 miles per gallon, which is pretty good in a car this big. The only thing that slightly lets the XC90 down is that the 8-speed automatic gearbox, while generally very smooth, can be a bit clunky on down changes. While I've got my critical hat on, rear visibility isn't particularly great, which combined with the size of the car means it's going to be worth specifying some of the optional parking systems, like the 360-degree surround view camera. The high driving position gives a great vantage point over traffic though, and the XC90's soft suspension does a fine job of soaking up bumps in the road. Is it sporty? No. Is it supposed to be? Not a bit. That doesn't matter though, it's very comfortable, it's excellent on a long journey, and if you really do crave that sporty driving experience, well, the steering's not badly weighted, and you can have an optional drive select system where you can select dynamic mode, which sharpens the throttle. Personally though, in a car like this, I wouldn't bother. This is a family car, so it's no surprise that Volvo has prioritised safety, space and comfort. Indeed, the XC90 is all the better for it. On the subject of safety, Volvo really has pulled out all the stops for the XC90. There's window airbags for all 3 rows of seats, plus a system that will take over the steering, brakes and throttle to drive the car at low speeds if you're stuck in a traffic jam. All models also come with active anti-whiplash head restraints and a lane departure warning. So it's big, it's safe, it's handsome and it's practical. Everything, in other words, that a car like this should be. With prices starting at £45,000, it's also expensive, although if you can afford it, I'm pretty sure you're going to love the XC90. You can read a full review of the XC90 and all its rivals by clicking here to go to the Telegraph Cars website, and don't forget to click here to subscribe to our YouTube channel.